to be covering the 5 reasons why real estate investors fail. And in this video, we're going to cover reason number 1. And the number 1 reason real estate investors fail today is they have an ineffective investing strategy or approach. You know, it's hard to get to the right place when you're headed down the wrong path. And most real estate investors are focused on strategies that are too outdated, too difficult, or too risky for today's market conditions. So here what we're going to do is we're going to cover and explore 7 different real estate money-making strategies. We're going to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right? And we're going to wrap this up with some great solutions for you to achieve your financial goals using creative real estate as a money-making strategy. So a very common real estate investing strategy is flipping. And you can call this retail flipping. So this is normally going to be on pretty houses. And what it is you buy a house for a good price, a low price, and then you resell it quickly for more money, creating a spread. Now this relies on finding a qualified buyer to cash you out, and it also relies on finding motivated sellers with equity. They have to have equity so you can buy it right, so that there's enough room in there for you to get involved. You have to buy it below retail, and then actually what you want to do is you want to sell it below retail as well, because you need some type of marketing advantage if you're going to be retailing houses. So the biggest challenges of this particular model, which most people realize, I think, today, that this is an ineffective business model. But unfortunately, there are people out there telling you you can make money this way. But the biggest challenge is number 1, a transactional funding. You got to somehow buy the deal, fund the deal, and then you need to resell the deal. Getting a new loan for your buyer, you may have seasoning problems. A lot of the banks today, they want a seller to own a property for a specific period of time before you can get new financing on the property. They're afraid of lender fraud. Another challenge is the lack of desperate sellers without better options. So we're talking about pretty houses, and a lot of people with houses that are nice would typically just put their house on the market with a real estate agent. So why would they sell it to you at a discount if they have time or other options? So in this case, you know, it's hard to find someone in that particular situation where they'll give you a good discount on the property, and then you have to buy it at a price that makes sense, a price that you can get the financing, the transactional funding on it, and then you're going to turn around and, you know, resell it. Now, who are you going to resell it to? Well, typically you're going to go after a qualified buyer. So another challenge is there's a lack of qualified buyers. The banking industry is having challenges. I think they'll continue to have challenges, and that's what's affecting the housing market today. Another challenge is retail buyers are very picky because they can buy any property that's out there on the market because they are qualified, and they tend to be kind of picky and hard to deal with. All right. Another challenge is it's a limited exit. You're just going to buy it for cash and then sell it for cash. And then there's some problems with flipping properties, and that comes down to income tax consequences. If you are buying and flipping properties, you're going to you might get surprised with a big tax bill at the end of the year, because the profits that you generate are going to be treated as ordinary income. And another big challenge is that there's only one payday. So once you buy a house and sell a house, you have to go out and buy another house and sell another house to create any income. So just one payday. Well, if you're going to try this strategy, I can give you a few tips. Number 1, you have to sell on price if you're not selling on terms. So that means you have to buy it right, buy it below retail, and then you have to sell it at a great price so you have a marketing advantage. You want to get the house in top condition to please those picky buyers, and then you may want to get the exposure of listing it on the MLS, and I would suggest using a flat fee agent listing if you can get it. It's getting harder and harder these days to find someone who will do a flat fee listing. Okay, a flat fee listing means that you pay a flat fee to list it, and then you offer like a 3% commission to the selling agent. Well, the solutions to this particular investing model is to avoid it, okay? I would rather you buy with long-term, fixed, low-rate, non-bank financing, okay? And that's going to solve a lot of those challenges. You also want to be able to hold or resell with owner financing. So you want to be able to hold it as a rental for income and equity growth, or go ahead and sell it with owner financing and not rely on banks. So the main solution is to focus on the ultimate strategy for buying and selling houses. And of course, that is going after free and clear houses and negotiating long-term 0% financing and funding those deals with none of your own money. You have plenty of time and you have plenty of exits, and the only reason to flip properties is to get some quick cash. And using the ultimate strategy, you can get the quick cash every time you buy a house using the ultimate strategy.